6th string. In figure 2, where they put some numbers on it, and this is they're telling you, what they're trying to tell you there is where to put your fingers, what fret you need to put your fingers on. Okay, so the first notation there, you see a little 1 right up at the top. That's telling you on that first string, they want you to put your first finger and to play that note. Okay, the next one after that is a 3, but it's still on the first string. So there, that means you put your third finger still on that first string right after it. That's the next note. After that, it skips down, you'll notice, to the second string. Still the third finger though, that's what that 3 is telling you. So if I play just those 3 notes, it would be like this. First finger, first fret, third finger on that first string, third finger on that second string. You'll notice a little bit further on in that figure 2 exercise, there's a 0. What that 0 is telling you is they want you to play that string, the second string is the one that it's on, open. So I'm not fretting any frets at all, I'm just playing it open. Now, it's pretty easy when you get the hang of it to read this, even though it looks a little confusing right now. After you do it a little bit, you kind of see how it goes. So if I was to play figure 2, it would be like this. First finger, first string, third finger, first string, third finger, second string, second finger on the third string, first finger, second string. Now here comes the open strings, an open second string and an open first string. Now if you look down to figure 3 represents how a chord would look. All of these numbers stacked up on each other are telling you to play all these strings at the same time. Okay, so let's look on what's happening on each of these strings. On the first and second string, you have zeros, so that means those are both open. On the third string, it has a 1 there. That means you put your first finger down on that first fret. On the fourth string and the fifth string, there are 2s, which means that both the second fret on both of those strings are being played, and then the last one at the bottom is a 0, so that means that's open as well. So if I play all of those together, it comes out to be a chord, an E chord, but you'll learn about that later. But that's how a chord would look in tablature. Now we're going to talk about some finger exercises. Let's review. On our right hand, we used our pick, and we're going to start doing a picking pattern now. Okay, so I want you just on that first string, I want you to go a downstroke with your pick, and then I want you to do an upstroke with your pick. Then let's do a down again, and an up again. Let's try that again. We're going to go down, up, up. You ready? On the first string, let's go. Down, up, down, up. Very good. And that's on the first string. What's the name of that first string? You remember that? That's our E string. Let's do it on, now we're going to do it on the B string, the second string. Okay? We're going to do the same thing. You ready? Down, up, down, up. Remember to be bracing your pinky on your soundboard. Let's try the third string, the G. Here we go. Down, up, down, up. You want to go for a good, steady rhythm. Go as slow as you need to go to get it good and steady. The idea is control, not speed. If I can get you controlled, then we can get faster. But don't try and be speedy right here. Now's not the time for it. You want to get your hands in control. You want your hands to be able to do what your brain is telling them to do. We are laying a good foundation with all this. Okay? In the first finger exercise you see, we have the tablature line there, and we're going to do down, up with our right hand, but we're going to put our first finger on this first fret on the first string. So it'll actually end up, we'll be playing that 4 times. Down, up, down, up. And then we move to the second finger. And we do the same thing. Then we do the third finger and the fourth and back down. So if I played that, I'll play it nice and slow. You try and play it with me. First finger, first fret on the first string, And we're going to go down, up, nice and evenly. You ready? Let's play. Down, up, down, up. Now your second finger, put him on the second fret. Here we go. Down, up, down, up. Now your third finger on the third fret. Down, up, down, up. Your fourth finger now, your pinky, stretch him way out there. Up, down, up. Now back to the third. Down, up, down, up. Second. There you go. And first. Now, this may be a little tricky at first to do. Everybody thinks they know how to control their fingers until you start playing guitar. Then you realize that your brain really doesn't tell your pinky to move independently of the others very often. So we have to kind of train our fingers to do what we need them to do. Let's do that exercise one more time, a little bit faster. Try and be steady. You ready? Here we go. Let's play. Up, down, up. Second finger with no breaks in between, right from one to the other. Third finger. Fourth finger now, down, up, down, back to third. You're doing great. Here comes second. Nice and steady. Then back to first. There you go. Now we did that on the first string, the E string. Now we're going to go to the second string, the B string. And let's try that one more time. This is still exercise number 1. We're just going to do it on the second string now. Ready? Play. Second finger now. Make sure you're not getting any buzzes. Put a lot of pressure on those fingers. Here comes the fourth. Pinky. Back to third now. Second finger. And first finger. Very good, very good. Now, probably right about now, your fingers are getting a little sore, which is what happens right about now, because your fingers aren't used to doing that. Make sure you're using your fingertips, and your the flesh right on your fingertips will toughen up. At this stage of the game, when you're practicing, just play until your fingers start hurting. Once they start hurting, just back off from it for a while. There's no advantage to playing through the pain or anything like that. Just back off from it, come back on it a few hours later, a little bit later on the night. Give your fingers a chance to heal up a little bit and toughen up a little bit. You'll find within about a week they'll be nice and strong to be able to do what you need to do. Let's go down to exercise number 2. Now instead of going down, up, we're just going to go down, up. So instead of 4 beats, we've reduced it down to 2. Let's go to the third string now. Remember the name of that third string? G. Here we go. First finger, third string, good bracing. Here we go, a little bit faster. Down, up. Now the second finger, down, up. Third finger. Fourth finger. Back to third. Back to second. Back to first. Now let's try and put them all together instead of hesitating in between each one. Ready? Let's try it again. Let's play. Whoops. Sometimes you'll hit the wrong string just like I did there. Let's try it one more time. This will be the third string, the G string. 2 beats on each. Ready? Go. Next one. Third. Fourth. Back to third. Second. And first. All right, let's go to exercise number 3.